Warning: this episode contains situations relating to sexual harassment, stalking, and obsession. If you or someone you know is experiencing this, you are not alone. Call the Sexual Assault Hotline at 1-800-656-4673, which is also in the description below. Viewer discretion is advised. Hi there, this is Stellan. You're watching Etherreach on the Homebrew Podcast Network or on YouTube. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know really what any of these platforms are, but Karl said to sit down in front of this microphone and say something, so this is what I'm doing. Hope you're enjoying watching this series so far, and hope you enjoy this episode. Bye! Previously on Etherreach.
But
You
what's
actually
the
probably have
preface?
learned more with Karl than you do in this class.
100%.
Yeah. You are actively trying
Mhm.
to understand, and you are not getting
Mm-mm.
it. Despite
I only
the
have 10 fingers.
Yes.
I'm not really good at this, but, in hindsight, it wasn't the best idea to handle the situation as I did. But I did want to say that I saw you, and I wanted to let you know that you're smarter than me.
You see Seraphine go down and text something as well. You don't see where it goes to. You do. The text goes to Maribel.
Son of a bitch.
But she kind of looks at it, puts it away, doesn't look at anyone else in the room, kind of stares straight ahead, and then goes back to writing.
Sus.
What unique skills do we each bring to the table? I can do acrobatics and fighting, and I can do voices.
Voices?
What?
I'm clocking that.
Yes, I can summon aliens.
Clocking that.
Sorry, I don't know what you did, but I looked at him and said, I can summon aliens. And I want to hear you mimic
Do you
their
control
voices.
what they do?
And Phelan shows off a picture of everyone else in the room while the other three were presenting. Like a painting that he makes.
Wow.
Like, you're dismissed. That's the end of class. Your free period begins now.
Debi,
Yes?
I think Phelan has a crush on Asher.
What?
Interesting.
Looking at the painting,
Yes.
he made Asher look really, really good.
Oh.
Like everyone else was like, okay.
Uh-huh.
But Asher, he looked really good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You did not notice that.
Fascinating.
Mhm.
I
It's not.
didn't notice that.
It's not necessarily that you don't believe her.
Yeah.
You just didn't notice it.
Yeah.
Like I would normally notice Asher,
Right.
but
Right.
in
He's
the
just
painting,
kind
like
of there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Fascinating. He wasn't one of the ones that I picked up on, but I could totally see where you're coming from. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They seem like they have similar personalities.
Interesting. Would I have picked up on their personalities? I don't think so.
No, not
Because
really.
Asher's the fuckboy, right?
Yeah, Asher's
Yeah,
the.
he is.
You know that Asher's a fuckboy. You also know that he is really good looking.
I mean, sure.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean anything, though.
I mean,
I've seen better.
barely. You've seen Melron.
I've seen other people like Melron.
She's like, have you met my cousin?
No. Oh, no.
Because you see, they both give me wave hopper energy.
Nerine, what's a wave hopper?
So, back on Akatheria,
Uh-huh.
a wave hopper is someone who is out in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Like people who like to ride the waves and everything. There are some people who will keep an eye out and then they'll go and they'll steal some people's waves because they're keeping an eye out for the best looking ones.
Oh.
It's also kind of a nicer way to kind of call them not necessarily a slut, but they're definitely keying in on people being attractive
Oh.
and having ideas.
You said
my.
slut butt.
Slut butt.
You said
Slut
slut butt.
Slut butt.
That's definitely Asher. He's definitely a slut butt.
Yeah, he's definitely a slut butt.
Yeah.
Well, that's just the darndest thing. I can't say that I disagree with you.
I agree with that assumption.
Is Melron, but
Melron's basically agreeing with your assessment of, yeah, they're kind of similar in that way, at least.
Really? I haven't really seen a whole lot of Phelan, but
I haven't either, but that's just the vibe that I kind of get from him, from the
Interesting.
limited
interesting.
exposure that I've gotten from him.
Though I don't know if he wants to sleep with people. He seems more interested in finding out about people.
So he can't be that bad then.
It doesn't.
I mean,
I
what's
get
so
bad
wrong
vibes
about?
from it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna go to the practice room.
Okay.
I will see you guys later.
Before you leave, though, Asteriel does come up to you and says, "Hello, everyone. Melron.
Hello, Asteriel, right?
Yes, that's me.
It's so lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Glad
Nice
to meet everybody.
you.
Hi. What's your name again?
Nerine.
Nerine. Very nice to meet you, Nerine.
Nice to meet you too.
She's an Aquafarian.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yes. I haven't heard much about Aquafaria, but I'm sure it's lovely.
We get around.
Okay.
It's a joke because our kingdom, it floats and it travels the currents.
Right. Yes. That's yes, it's a good joke.
Thank you.
I have known Melron in the past, so I just wanted to
What? Why
make
haven't
sure.
you hung out with us then?
Oh, I have my own group to talk to.
She was in the class below me at the military academy.
Oh.
You say the class below you.
That was
and-
correct, right?
Yeah, no, that's correct. that is correct. But you say she was in the class below you, and
Does she not like my wording? Even though it's correct?
and there's this kind of like a little bit more of a straightness that happens to her. How tall are you, Melron?
I am 5'11", I think.
5'11"?
Yeah, 5'11".
Where previously there was kind of a match in height, and you two saw eye level. She straightens.
Does she go up on her toes?
She straight. No, she is 6 foot even. So
Mm.
she comes up just a little bit, kind of emphasizing that height, and she says, "Yes, I looked up to Melron when we were in the academy, and I'm glad that we find ourselves as peers now."
Oh, that's so nice.
Yes.
Oh, sometimes I kind of wish that I had Asu here with me. I think because I see like Karl and Debi, and now you two.
And that's Princess Asu?
Yes.
You know the princess of Aquafaria.
She's my closest friend. My mom is her dad's first wife. They got divorced.
And with that, when you say that,
Mhm.
there's this look of recognition and like puzzle
Mm-hmm.
pieces fitting together. And she kind of goes, "You were part of that."
Not the divorce. I came after the divorce.
I see.
Mhm.
Okay.
No, my mom divorced King Arvin
Yes.
because she fell in love with my dad.
And received half of the Aquafaria's
Mhm.
GDP.
Yep.
So, okay.
Not that GDP is a term in this world.
Gross domestic product.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's. I feel like that's a universal term. Yes. No. Fight. You want to fight me?
Your
Okay.
mother
Cool.
must have really loved your father then.
She really does. A lot of people might think that it's an unconventional match, but they're my parents are great.
Hello, Karl. Asteriel.
Hi.
Hi. Nice to see you again.
You're
Just
making
we were just
male
having a lovely
introductions.
conversation with.
As Michelle's talking.
Carl went to the bathroom.
Carl went piss girl.
Go piss, girl.
I-
No, that wasn't in character.
Okay, cool.
Sarah's like, what does that mean?
Go piss, girl. Tink blueberries and go piss, girl.
Hell yes.
And then you mix it up, and then you're like, piss, blueberry.
And Tink girl.
Yeah, tink girl. Sorry, continue.
No, it's okay. She kind of says, "Well, you seem to get along very well with this group, and it was a very interesting, creative perspective."
I want to really read into her because I got 2 interactions or informations, I guess, if you will. The painting now.
Just for your information, when you walked away, she was in the class below me at the military academy.
Gotcha.
But she's also a little bit taller than him.
That's okay.
By an inch.
So
And she emphasized
the painting, obviously, and then also the interaction when the click approached and she followed along, and then I don't know if I talked her out of it. I'm not going to even claim credit. She
Right.
just decided not to be part of it anymore.
Yes.
I'm just curious what's going on in her head, whether even about the group in general, but I'll be a little selfish.
Okay, go for it.
Insight,
roll.
right? Yeah.
Yep, insight.
13.
13. From your interactions with her, and especially with this presentation and your previous interaction, you are building this thesis that Asteriel is a strategic mind. This is a woman who thinks in multiple steps. develops theories and pushes hypotheses and tests things. Almost like a scientist, but with people and with situations. Not necessarily a psychologist, but that's the way that she thinks about things.
With my passives, would I be picking up any of the...
Anyone who has a passive over like 15 would also be picking up on this. Karl just has to work a little bit harder.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
She kind of says, your project was very good. I hope you also enjoyed my presentation.
It was so informative.
Thank
I've
you.
never seen combat that way before.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It really is more of an art form than anything else. I view myself as an artist when it comes to strategy and tactics on the field. So
Did your group not able to find a common ground, I imagine?
Nat 20. Without missing a beat, she goes, no. We unfortunately were not able to see eye to eye. There's not a lot that we had in common. Aurelia is more of a creative type. Maribel is
Could
a
have been
creative...
incorporated in a way.
Sorry?
I see a way it could have been incorporated.
I do too.
If Maribel made some clothes for Aurelia, and she could do her dancing and singing, you could perhaps
You could sing a song
Do
about
some
the
sort-
military.
perhaps something like that.
Or
And
maybe
then
you guys could have
Phelan with his
combated
artistic.
together and,
He could
sort of
paint
like
backgrounds.
a dance movement. And...
I will say that Phelan is strongly anti-military, as I discovered.
Oh.
That is interesting.
And Aurelia was not open to the type of music that Phelan and Maribel proposed. So, I decided that it wasn't worth the conflict. I'll try again with a different project in the future.
I
Okay.
wish you luck then.
I will probably need it. Thank you.
Karl's curious because
Can
of
I
all
insight
this
her?
happening.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
Because I
gonna
brought all
use
this up.
my meta magic to subtle spell, and I'm gonna cast detect thoughts.
Okay.
So I'm gonna read her mind.
Go for it.
It's done. Yep.
Mm.
So there's no movement. I'm just now reading.
24.
24?
22, excuse me. To incite her and me bringing all this up, basically.
Oh, I'm going to do 2 separate whispers. To the married couple.
Whoa.
You know what? Blaine? Come here.
Your pss aren't quiet. We still hear you going.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I agree. That's the sound of Zafira when she gets into Karl's
Yes.
room.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you two whispering about? The apple orchard?
The apple orchard!
And the apple orchard!
Yeah.
Hide a body or
And the apple orchard! Yeah. Yeah, buddy. I'm so curious. I also kind of don't care enough about cereal. Because
I want to know what this whisper is, because mine wasn't as important. This is important, I think.
Well, at this point, I think
Oh.
he just had his tongue like slightly inside his ear. I think that was just for pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they were just making out over there.
What?
Do
Why am I getting stared at?
you like my dice tower?
I love it.
Thank you.
All right, so
Thank you.
how do you react to reading the mind?
No reaction.
Light work, no reaction.
I mean, Karl looks the same, probably zoned out. You know.
A little drool dribbling down.
With that, she says, thank you so much. It's good to finally meet people who seem to be on the same wavelength and who seem to be a good group. I hope you don't mind if I talk to you more.
Not at all.
Do you want to tink blueberries?
I'll tink blueberries.
Yay!
Tink, tink, tink.
Does she pull? Yeah, I figured.
Why didn't you tink blueberries with Melron?
I already have Melron's tink.
You're so... Because you guys already know each other.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. You're so right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the practice room now.
Okay.
I think it's actually time for me to work out. I think it's time for me to get down to the gym. Have a great day.
Go to
Hope
the
you enjoy.
gym.
Is
Awesome.
what's his face Saren still in the room?
At this point, Saren probably would have left, but it's easy to say from your observation last night, Saren enjoys the outdoors. You can also see, considering their fighting experience, they could also enjoy the gym. You could also see them wandering around the school as well.
I'll probably then first, now that this is a free period, I'll probably go outside for a little bit.
Okay.
And if I don't notice him or anybody else outside,
Okay.
just after taking a little stroll,
Sure.
just enjoying the air, I'll
Absolutely.
then go to the gym.
Okay.
And do some workout.
You take a stroll outside. You do not see Saren. You do see Grush wandering around, and then you do see Lyra meditating right at the line of the trees at the edge of the forest.
Grush is rounding around?
Yeah, he's just kind of enjoying the day, taking in the day,
Friendship.
getting
Baby
some
boy.
getting some sunshine.
I'll go walk talk to him.
Okay.
Yeah!
You go up and you go talk to Grush. As you approach, Grush is kind of looking up into the sky, breathing in the fresh air, and as
Wow.
you walk up, he kind of
Such a cute.
straightens
What a
and
guy.
kind of pulls down his shirt, and now he's practiced somewhat. He has the dictionary out in his hand.
Enjoying the sky?
Again, please.
Enjoying the sky?
Enjoying. Yes, yes. I am enjoying the sky. Great feel on me.
Is it different in your home?
In my home, cloudy, cold, uncomfortable.
Where's the
He said
list of things? Excuse me.
uncomfortable. That's
Uh,
adorable.
It's so
Uncomfortable.
cute.
Yeah, he's literally just a baby.
How is the day for you?
It is a nice day out.
Yes.
It can get cold in some areas of the country, such as Dukesh. It's up in the mountains.
As you speak faster and become a little bit more conversational, you notice that he's kind of blinking and kind of picking up certain words, and he's getting context clues, and he's like looks occasionally, goes okay, and then he kind of nods politely and kind of looks up.
Do you want to train?
Train?
Like weapons train.
And as you hold the weapons, he kind of looks down and says,
Fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I do not want to hurt you.
Practice.
Practice. In North, how do you say my country?
The Northumbrian dynasty?
Northumbrian dynasty. Okay. In my home, practice is harsh. Fight. Strongest survive. Not here.
Training to improve, not to harm. Teach and learn.
Teach. Not survive. Not broken.
Not everywhere.
I'm literally gonna
You
cry.
say that, not everywhere, and he kind of goes,
Okay. I would like to train.
Oh my god.
and then
So cute.
You
I'll lead
gesture-
the way to the
all right,
gym.
you
Oh
head
my
over to the
God.
gym, and
Husband
you
Some
don't see,
sparring
wifey.
mats, maybe?
you do some. There are some sparring mats. Asterial is there, but
Ew.
not in the same area. Calm down.
For Melron,
Oh, okay.
obviously. Not
Um,
for Debi doesn't care.
As you and Grush kind of get set, he takes off everything
Yeah, I'm putting my
except for
weapons.
pants.
I'm putting my weapons to my down.
Yep, he has loose pants on. We're not going to act through everything, but as he takes off his shirt, you see this scarred, cut, but absolutely tank body of a half-orc.
Challenge.
Like
Good.
like the mountain in Game of
Yes.
Thrones.
How
Yeah.
bittersweet.
Yeah.
Better
I knew that was gonna get Mel. I'm like, I feel like the mountain's your dream.
I mean, just an absolute structure
I think you should go to the gym.
of a person.
I had an idea,
Um,
but Nerine might want to
And
Find
from your
something.
intrinsic knowledge of fighting and different fight styles, Grush specializes in power and in knowledge and techniques. There's not a lot of quickness. You get kind of the sense that if Grush hits you once,
Then I'll focus on speed when I fight against him.
exactly.
And my flimsiness,
Yes.
as in dexterity. And wow.
He is very much a strength and constitution build. As you two begin to spar, go ahead and make just a generalized dexterity check.
I know this isn't what's going to happen, but I just love the idea of Melron being like,
Just a general dex check.
and then
Yes.
Grush and one.
That is a
It's like the Hulk
24.
versus Loki.
24. What is your AC?
My AC is a 16.
16. You do just manage to dodge your way past all of his attacks. He does fight barehanded with you.
Oh.
As the punches and the kicks and different strikes that he uses against you go past your ear, you sense that he is trying to hold back. And you get the sense that if this actually hits me, I'm going to get hurt. And I'm not in the riot room, so I need to be quick. And you do manage to avoid all of his attacks while also managing to land a few of your own, to the point where you actually land a solid uppercut on his solar plexus.
Well, if I had a knife, that's what, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
And you land a solid blow in his solar plexus, and it knocks the wind out of him for a quick second. Again.
You alright? I'll pat his back.
Good. Yes. Good.
More.
Another.
Hit me again.
A masochist.
Another.
Another.
He's noticed this
All right.
massive ball for me.
I'm fucking rock hard.
Hit
right
me
now.
again.
I can do acrobatics because I have a plus 13 for acrobatics.
My brain says
Um,
no, but my body says yes.
But with just my plus 5 dex, it is a 17.
17. If you want to use acrobatics, that would be more of a demonstration, like a showcase of your abilities, and not necessarily a direct fighting
Mhm.
thing. He doesn't manage to land a strike on you again.
Thank God.
And this, and what'd you say? 18?
17.
17. This time, he has learned more about your techniques than you expected, and he does manage to fend off your attacks into a stalemate. But it's a good, hard competition
Cool.
as you two fight.
Nice.
And you pull away from it finally after a couple minutes of sparring and wrestling, and both of you have this sheen of a post-fight stress. Him very much across his shoulders and chest, you more along your brow as you're still clad in your outfit.
Wow.
And
Oh, maybe a little sweat onto your back too. Mm.
Well, yeah, there's a cutout, so you
Mhm.
can see it.
Mhm. Oh my God.
Nice lower back.
you were caught up in the battle, so you don't realize it, as Asterial has been watching your fight for the past minute or so.
Like a bitch.
After the fight is done, our little spar.
Yeah.
Can I notice?
No.
Damn.
You're
Anyone else in the
sweaty.
gym?
I mean, you do note that Asterial is there. She probably watches you. With that, your sparring ends, and he kind of...
A good workout.
Yes. Thank you, Melron.
You jealous that he's heavily breathing?
No. I'm not jealous. I'm planning on showing
And-
up.
Orgasm
with
by
that,
proxy.
He goes back to his clothing and kind of picks it up and looks at his blueberry, kind of swipes through it, and sees that you already have connected, and puts it away and says,
Have a good day.
You too. And I'll grab my weapons and I'm gonna first go to my room to drop them off, and then I'll go take a nice long shower to get all clean from that rough spar.
Mm. That hot and heavy.
Hey, Melron.
Sweaty
no.
spar.
You shower here often?
I'm literally immediately washing his back. It's like, what the fuck?
Absolutely not.
No. Only the lower back.
Anybody else?
Hi, hello.
Hi, hello,
Yeah,
Nerine.
you next.
So after Asterial's like, I'm gonna go to the gym, Narine's like, oh, that's right, there is a gym. And she's kind of like debating whether to just explore the school, but she also is interested in the gym. I decided this before anything happened.
Okay.
Yeah, I
but-
made a decision that involves a stereo before we knew about the
Yeah.
gym, so I'm like,
so
oh shit.
Nerine
all right.
is heading towards the gym with
She gets
wanting
squash.
to.
Mhm.
Sexy.
Did we agree that there was a rock climbing wall in there?
There's not a rock climbing wall.
We gotta fund it
Nerine
for next
doesn't
year.
have that.
If you do want to have a rock climbing wall, you should bring it up with Dean.
Nerine is still gonna go there because she wants to check it out and
Explore.
explore.
Okay.
Explore.
Yeah.
As you begin to head down into the kind of the main lobby area and you start walking into the gym, you hear this running up behind you, and you hear a Nerine, and you look behind you, and it's Corbin.
Hi, Corbin.
And he kind of comes down and he says, "So, where are you going somewhere?"
Oh, I was gonna check out the gym.
"Oh, I haven't checked out the gym. Do you mind if I come with you?"
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
We shall.
He's gonna get friend zoned.
You
Damn, that's crazy.
and you and Corbin enter the gym, and both of you kind of look in awe all around all the different areas. For you, is there anything in particular that you're looking for?
Anything, probably like the gymnastics area.
Okay.
Anywhere to climb. She was kind of hoping that maybe there'd be a pool, but she's not clocking a pool, so
Nope.
she's kind of like,
There's
"Oh,
the pond.
shucks."
There is the
The
fountain, and you
fountain.
do
Yeah.
know about the fountain.
That's for after dinner.
For acrobatics, there is an extensive gymnastics area. That would be a good area if there's like rings, there's small trapeze to practice swinging movements, there's a uneven bars and a fairly extensive mat for floor exercises.
Pummel horse.
Yep.
Oh,
Corbin kind of looks around and goes, "Whoa," and then spies the free weights and walks over to that and kind of goes, "Oh, I haven't even seen this many amount of pounds before."
Do you use them?
Absolutely. And he picks up the 80 pounds and puts them up onto his shoulders.
Wow.
And he says, "This is a little heavier than what I'm typically used to, but I haven't worked it out in a while." And he pushes it up, and it's a strain for him. It's a strain for him to shoulder press 80 pounds.
Is it 80 each?
80 each.
Damn.
That's crazy.
And he brings it back down, and he does a couple reps, and then kind of is like, "Ugh, that's just wanted to test it out. Good quality, brand new."
Nerine is going to try them as well.
Make a strength check.
No.
I can't wait for you to fail.
So good at these. Let's go, Nerine. So you said just a strength?
Yes.
Okay. That's a 15.
A 15?
Better than
You give it a really good effort, and for as small as you are, and the weights go up past your ankles with how big they are. And as you kind of lean down and get into a squat, and you kind of tense and you push and you kind of the grip really hurts in your hands, and you do manage to get them like an inch off the ground before you have to put them back down. He's like, that was good. Do you weightlift?
No.
That's amazing then. That's not easy. I know that.
I mean, I swim a lot.
Well,
and I help out a lot.
Aerobics is really a good way to exercise. So I bet you could beat me in any sort of swim. And probably any sort of run either. But
Really?
weightlifting is my thing. When I'm in the kitchen, I am lifting so many different heavy types of trays and foods and bags and ingredients that I want to make sure I'm in tip-top shape for that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You would be great at helping to haul in fish.
Oh my gosh. I don't touch the fish at all, but I bet that.
Oh, they're huge.
I've taken one of
Or
those
even
like
crabs.
I
Did you
mean-
know they're some of the deadliest?
Yes,
fishes?
absolutely.
Yes.
Sorry. That was good.
I got you, buddy.
Thank you. I made that joke earlier to only Mel.
I haven't seen a lot of the major crabs, but I assume that you see a lot more out in
Oh,
Aquafaria.
yeah. We don't catch all of them. Some of them are not good eats.
Sure, absolutely.
But they are aggressive.
Okay.
Mhm.
Would you
I have
like?
had to fight some.
Would you? Are you interested in a workout, or are you
I was
just
thinking
looking?
about going over and doing some of the gymnastics.
Okay.
Mhm.
If it's okay, I'd actually, if you have some time, I can actually stay here. And he
Oh.
takes off his outer coat,
Mhm.
and you've mainly seen him with this on, and it's a definite pump cover as he takes it off, and
A what?
there's a pump cover.
What's that?
So a pump cover is basically
It's
any
like baggy clothing, like
Yeah.
it hides his actual shape, so he looks like this kind of potentially like tubbier dude, but when he takes it off, he's actually like extremely built.
Oh, he's showing off.
He's not extremely built. He's got some fat on him.
Yeah.
He's got a little baby fat on him. But as he takes it off, there's some
Umo.
definite muscle and some definite definition that comes across his
Oh,
arms. Not Grush level,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah, not the mountain, but
Nerine
the
is
hound,
impressed.
maybe.
it is impressive.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, we have to amend. It's not going to change anything about your fight,
That's fine.
but you would be there to observe
Yeah.
Melron and Grush's fight.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on whether or not how caught up you are in your own routine,
Mhm.
you might be able to observe something about that. But
Nerine doesn't have necessarily like a routine. She's just like trying stuff
Yeah.
out because like she doesn't have any of this at home. They don't have
Yeah.
like state of the art gymnastics equipment. She
Yeah.
mostly just is like tumbling, and she likes doing flips and stuff, and like whatever she can, she tries to like almost emulate what she had seen Sariva do
sure,
when the magical circus came by.
okay,
So she's gonna try and emulate some of that.
all right. An acrobatics check. for me,
Yeah.
please.
Ooh, I have advantage. Fucking go. Yeah. Nice. All right, that is 23.
23.
Mhm.
A lot of this equipment is unfamiliar to you.
Yeah.
If you had gotten lower than a 20, I would have had you to make some sort of check, probably a constitution one, to see how well you shake off you eating shit. But a lot of this equipment is unfamiliar to you, but you're careful and aware of your body enough that you are able to, where you don't understand how the equipment works, at least move your body in that you're getting used to the equipment. And there's no routine that you cover, but it is a nice burn that you get in your muscles and everything as you explore.
Especially
everything.
after like the long day of traveling.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Like, yeah. Mhm.
Absolutely. So that's what you do for a bunch of the day.
Oh, yeah.
Every time you look over to Corbin, he is doing some variety of workout, and he is focusing on upper body.
Nice.
You spend the time doing that, and you watch Melron and Grush have their fight. You see them do a stalemate with Melron coming out on top every so often.
When you get in some good hits, she'll kind of stop what she's doing if she can, and kind of you hear like, and then she goes back to doing what she's doing. And like if Corbin does something really good, she'll stop what she's doing and she'll also clap, and then she'll go back to doing what she's doing.
It's really funny that you would applaud anything that Corbin's doing because he's not doing anything impressive. There's no big. It's a very methodical and
She's
systematic.
being supportive of her friends.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
she is also kind of keeping an eye on Grush as well. Like
He's muscled.
he is.
muscled, scars. He's
sweaty.
big.
A sweetheart.
So yeah,
Mhm.
these are all the impressions that you get,
Yeah.
and Asterial is also there.
No one cares about a stereo.
Stereo was also there.
That's kind of that first little area. Karl and Debi, any ideas?
I've one very quick one and one that will be, I guess, what I actually do. So
Right.
After, the breakup and everyone's going their own ways, I'm gonna text Asterial saying, "Can we talk later?"
Oh.
You send her a text.
Yep. And put it away. I don't know if she's gonna respond or whatever, but I'm gonna go look for Cedric.
Okay.
Oh. I'm heading to the practice
Why?
room, so we'll get.
You're heading to the practice.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna make amends because you.
Oh.
Perhaps he's listening to you. Perhaps.
You're such a good
Debbie's gonna be
influence on
so
him.
happy if it goes
Debbie's gonna be
how
so
she
proud.
wants it
Or
to go.
perhaps it's gonna go bad.
Yeah.
You
Who's to
after
say?
sending the text, you follow Cedric as he heads over to the library, which is right next door to the classroom and the crafting area, that sort of thing. In the library, he sets up a small bag with some notebooks and a couple books that he has, and he pulls off the library walls. He sits down on the table, begins writing, starts taking notes.
And I'll not like confrontationally, like I don't want to like sit in a way that is very like I want to talk,
Right.
but like I am gonna sit close enough that he knows that I do want to talk, but
Mhm.
in a I guess as casual of a way as I can.
Mhm.
And after I sit down, I'm not gonna wait though because obviously he won't say anything.
Right.
I want to apologize.
And he kind of sits there and he looks back up at you.
I was trying to do something helpful and made you into something that you're not because I don't know you. And in turn, made you the victim of that situation and was rude to you then when you butted in. Because Oren came to me for connections when in reality he needed confidence, and I'm not very good at communication, so I did what I thought was right at the time, but I did not mean to hurt you. I'd be more than happy to help you study, though I saw you're doing quite well, so not that you need it, but if you need someone to talk to. And Maribel's trying to form a revolution.
Good. Excellent.
If she's gonna play
wonderful.
background games, Karl already doesn't like her. So.
Yeah.
I want you to make one persuasion check for you, and then one persuasion check for your assertion on Maribel.
Okay. Persuasion check for me.
Let's go, charisma boy.
Nat 20, that's 29.
Wow.
Yeah. Persuasion check for the Maribel. Almost a nat 20 again. That was crazy. It was 23.
Let's go.
That would
Get
have been
wrecked.
crazy. 2 nat 20s.
Maribel.
Cedric sits there and he listens to you.
I'm just
and
a hater. I'm right there with you, man.
His face stays composed in a way that you would expect from a high-ranking politician and person of his stature. And he, as you go through your apology and all the different things in your explanation for your behavior, his face doesn't move.
Mhm.
When you say the thing about Maribel forming a revolution against you, all you get is just a small head tilt and a blink.
Mhm.
And it registers. He doesn't say anything for a quick second. And then he says, I understand what you were trying to do. If you are trying to make amends and become friends, princes don't have friends.
Sariva said she was your friend when you left.
Should I believe you?
I was the only person honest to your face so far. Debi likes honesty. She likes to tell the truth. And she wants me to tell the truth because she doesn't believe that lies and keeping things internalized are good for you. You don't always have to tell the truth directly. She tells the truth in her music. She doesn't know that I know, but I pay attention.
Aw.
And when you walked away, it had kind of become clear that I was putting my problems on you. Because I think part of me understands you. This may be forward of a question. How close are you to your parents?
He kind of goes, and you wouldn't know that already.
Forgive me, but... And I hope you take this as a compliment, as that's what I'm intending. But I don't pay attention to you. You're just a person to me.
Damn, being nice to him.
I know. What is this? A new leaf already?
So, if I may repeat... Or rather, let me be more forward, I guess. I'm not close to my family. Debi's the favorite child. And that's not a secret. My parents weren't around much. I don't consider them... I don't hate them. I don't blame them. They're important. But... I thought I was too. So I made myself important in a different way. And so we have a cordial relationship. But I wouldn't say that I could rely on them in desperate times. And I don't know why, but when I read stories and studies and hear of nobles and their families, statistics say that their children suffer more than their own people. And so part of me wonders if we're more alike than I realized at the time.
Through eyes that are clouded with deception,
Mm-hmm.
he says, my father is an important man, as you know, and I am happy to follow in his footsteps.
But I noticed the cloud of deception.
Yes, he did not do well on a deception roll.
You sound like me. You don't... I don't know. You don't have to be... Why don't you just be Cedric?
That cuts to him, and he says, I was trying.
No, I think you're trying to be the son of Benedict.
If you'll excuse me. Packs everything up. And he walks out of the library.
Oh no, is he in his bedroom? I'm gonna run into him.
What'd you say?
If he's going to his bedroom, I'll run into him. 'Cause I need to drop off
Did
my
he leave
weapons.
the books that he was reading?
He did leave the library books that he was reading.
Oh,
Was he
so he's not gonna put him back?
Unless
He,
the Argonian
took
maid.
he took the ones that are relevant that are most relevant to his
And
studies
he's just leaving
and what
the
he was
rest
actively
for someone
reading.
else to clean up.
There were
I'll
a
clean
couple
up.
other that were in
That's
a little
Keisha's
stack,
job.
and they mainly discuss important aristocrats. I'm sorry.
Aristocats.
Aristocats.
Aristocats!
Aristocrats.
No, that's Lady in the Tramp.
I know.
They discuss mainly important aristocrats
Mm-hmm.
and leaders of earlier times. In particular, the one that catches your eye that's really interesting is a book that's entitled Julius Caesar, the First Roman Emperor.
Oh, it's an Aquatherian book.
Those are the books that he was reading.
Okay.
And as you're sitting there,
Mhm.
you see. Hang on, let me actually. Okay, passive perception. What's that?
7.
Okay. So as you're kind of sitting there,
I see nothing.
as you're kind of sitting there and in your own thoughts, Zafira comes up and sits down at the table across from you in Cedric's seat.
Book talk girly.
Girl, she's gonna climb under that table, and she will.
Remember, she's obsessive.
I know. I figured that out.
Remember,
Carl
no
figured that
secret
out.
looking Crazy.
Which part of my project was your favorite?
My project.
She's terrifying. She brings an energy that scares me.
Kayako went crazy. I was curious about the. There's a small segment in the astronomical section on extraterrestrials and extraplanar locations and the folds of space. It's been a passion project of mine for a while, so I was quite curious on that.
That was Stellan's section. I'm glad you like that.
Damn, that's crazy.
You conjured a beholder kid?
Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. Where did you learn that?
I learned it through I learned it in a bad place through a patron.
Where? She has not broken eye
Yeah.
contact. by the way.
It's hard to point it out because its sun is a black star.
With that, her eyes kind of twinkle with this recognition and ideas as she says, hold on one second. And she gets up and she walks over to one aisle of books and starts rummaging through it.
She's gonna find out about your patron.
It's up to you if you want to leave.
Mm.
If you're creeped out by this conversation and you want to leave, now is the time.
No, I think Carl's trying to figure out what's going on because yeah, he's uncomfortable, but at the same time he's like, what is she about to
What's happening?
she's looking in books and he's like, what does she know?
What's happening?
She sits down and she has this book in her hand that discusses, it's a glossary of extraplanar deities and beings, and she kind of flips through it and she goes, next star, next star, next star, next star, next star, next star.
Do you need more clues? I have plenty of
Zacharias.
stories.
Zacharias.
No. It's a city realm. It's a small city realm. Most likely demiplane. A city.
And with that, when you say extraplanar city, Black Star, and piecing together what she knows about you, she doesn't even look in the book. She closes it. And she says, Yellow King. King in yellow.
Carcosa, yeah. The city of Carcosa.
I'm aware.
I read the play. All of it. And I lived.
I've only known you for a day. So I am going to ask you this question. How transparent do I need to be with my feelings?
What does that have to do with Carcosa?
I don't want to scare you.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh. Oh my. Book talk really coming out. Abort.
Are you doing the robot?
Yeah.
You don't want to scare me. I guess the best way to answer that question is with a small tale. When I was older, I journeyed with someone who only went by an epithet. We were a pair of reputations. Their job was to humble egos as appointed by the King in Yellow. And people were paranoid about them and afraid, and I didn't know why, because most of our journeys together were fine. You just would talk down to them a little, like a parent or a teacher. Except for one who had larger aspirations. Well, that man ceased to exist, and now I understood. So I doubt you'll scare me.
Cool. I want to jump your bones so bad. If you feel the same, 5 minutes, my room.
And to clarify, you want to jump my bones, which I know the euphemism. That's not the clarification I need. Is this like a bucket list thing? Like a one-time, I wanted to do this so I can say I did it with the guy who went to that place? Or what's happening? Is this an addiction? Because I don't know if I want to feed into addictions, besides smoking, but...
You're making all these little asides and jokes, and she is not fazed and not moving at all. And she says, I want to learn so much more about you.
And jumping your bones is the answer.
And this is the way I can know you most completely.
Oh my god. Lordy.
I think I need an adult. And I'm not even there.
I think I should go.
5 minutes, my room. Closes her book, gets up and leaves. My palms are so sweaty right now. Jeez.
My palms are fucking sweaty right now.
We are all sweaty right now.
Sorry, I also got...
I've got the Melron back sweat going right now. I am fucking...
Melron back sweat.
I am fucking...
Yes.
I am warm.
Fear boner right now.
I thought I was going to be cold all day. I am warm.
I know, right?
This is fall. Oh my god. We went from being like, this goes great, to being like, oh god, oh no.
And Debbie doesn't know any
She doesn't
of
know that
this.
her roommate is a freak.
Mm-mm.
Damn, she's gonna try to make friends
Oh
with
no,
this
if you
bitch.
go back to your room and I'm just plowing at this girl.
I'm gonna be like, what's going
Well, you did say for
To
her
that
to make
point-
friends.
Debbie, what would you do with the day?
Go into the practice room.
You're going to the practice room, that's right. You're going to be in the practice room.
I'm still
Debbie's just sitting there playing one note and like repeatedly. She's like, I don't know why, but I feel like something's really weird.
Something's amiss in the universe.
So, I feel a disturbance in the force.
Not that one.
How long do you stay in the practice rooms?
Well, I stay at least long enough, to play the winter of the 4 seasons.
Mhm.
So I'm doing that a couple of times.
Okay.
I'm trying to get this song down, and I'm trying to like there's feelings I'm trying to get out, and it didn't come out the first time, so I've worked up a bit of a sheen
Right.
on my forehead.
Everyone's getting
We are all
sweaty.
sweaty.
I know, we are all sweating.
A variety of reasons, but
Yes.
we are all sweaty.
Yes.
Huh.
As you get through like the third playthrough of Winter, the first 2 you've been hearing just kind of in the background some very muted, intense piano playing.
Cute.
Um,
We're matching.
on the third rendition of Winter, you hear the piano playing stop, and a couple seconds later, on your door.
Dun, 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 dun. Yes?
And at the door is Aurelia. And
Oh, the pop singer.
Oh, I don't care about her.
Give a fuck.
and she just kind of stands there and says, "Hi, I'm so sorry."
Oh, was I playing too loud?
No. In fact, I wanted to come over and just give you a compliment.
Oh.
You're playing absolutely gorgeously.
Oh, well, thank you, Aurelia. I think I couldn't hear too much of your piano, but I mean,
That's okay.
everyone knows.
I'm building just my ability to play the piano, and I'm much better at my singing. I also loved your performance at the during class.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a piece that I had been practicing recently, and I thought it was, dynamic enough to really encapsulate the
Absolutely.
the scene that we were trying to play
Yes,
off. So
yes.
I don't know. I thought it was pretty good.
You did a fantastic job.
Well, thank you.
I just wanted to come over, and I don't have, and she takes out the blueberry and she says, "I don't have many friends on here, but you seem
Yeah.
2 musicians, you seem pretty friendly."
We could totally practice together. So I mean, I don't really play the kind of music that you honestly I'm not even that familiar with a lot of your songs, but from what I hear, I mean, it sounds like everybody is a big fan of you, so obviously you're probably really good, and so I would love to maybe broaden my horizon. Maybe you can broaden your horizon.
You can broaden horizons.
So she's
Broadening horizons.
And none of this is malicious.
No, I know.
Anyone could tell.
I know, but you go through all of this, and she's kind of smiling politely, and then you say, I assume you're pretty good," or something like that. And with that, she's kind of like, "Okay, would you like
Yeah, we can tink blueberries.
tink blueberries?"
Tink.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Have you not heard me sing?
Well, I heard you earlier, and that was phenomenal, but you didn't have any accompaniment, so I don't think I got the full breadth of what you could do, and I don't know, maybe you were holding back a little bit, and there also wasn't a whole lot of emotion, and music is a big part of portraying emotions, right? So I just and she's yapping.
I was going to say I was about to cut you off
Debi's a professional
because during
yapper.
this,
Yes.
Aurelia walks into the practice room and closes the door and sits down across from you.
She's like,
Oh.
I want to jump your bones.
Oh my. Oh my goodness.
And
It's coming.
she stands there
They slaughter.
as you're
I swear.
yapping, and then at some point she holds up her hand and
Oh.
says,
Sorry, I know I talk too much.
"I don't mind that you talk too much. I would like for you to play
Oh, okay. Do you want me to play?
F major.
Uh-huh.
I want you to do a 1-5-7 flat
Uh-huh.
3 chord progression.
Okay.
I want you to finish
Hmm.
with the 2-4-5-1 progression when I give you the signal.
Okay.
Are you ready?
And do you want a cello or piano?
Or
Cello,
bagpipes.
please.
Okay. And Debbie's gonna immediately shut the fuck up.
Okay, go ahead and subscribe to Homebrew Studios on YouTube if you'd like to see more of this story. I promise you it only gets better. I mean, I totally haven't seen it yet. This is the first time I'm seeing it. Crap, I'm sorry, I'm not very good at this. I'm not really an actor. Okay. Alright, bye.